welcome back to my channel. So I want to talk about Sharae and Anthony in the explosive season finale of Love After Lockup. So Sharae, she ended up calling up Anthony's mom to pick up all of Anthony's stuff because her and Anthony got into it. So Sharae had a feeling that Anthony was talking to other women, so she decided when she got the chance to grab his phone and go through it. And when she did, of course, everything she was assuming was correct. He was messaging other girls like, hey, I miss you. When are we going to hang out? When are we going to go out on a date? And she got upset, so she confronted Anthony about it. And instead of him taking accountability, Anthony decides to lash out and fight Sharae for her phone, and Sharae was able to keep a hold of her phone, and Anthony got even more upset because he didn't realize Sharae was so strong. So next thing you know, Anthony decides to bite Sharae in an attempt to get her phone. That does not surprise me at all because remember when I made that video talking about what one of his baby mamas was exposing to me, saying that he likes to put paws on women all the time. He was constantly beating on her in front of her son. The baby mama tried to warn Sharae, like, here's the conversation where the baby mama's like, and be completely honest, Sharae, this looks crazy because you're coming to me about a man who's locked up for DV, and I don't want anything else to do with this situation and would appreciate if you didn't contact me on Anthony's behalf. And this is when Sharae was trying to let the baby mama see Anthony see his son when he gets out. And she's like, look, he was putting hands on me in front of the son all the time. The son does not need to be around that until he gets some help first. And Sharae even apologized on Anthony's behalf, and she's like, well, I'm praying for him, but all the prayers in the world is not going to help somebody who needs anger management and counseling desperately. Anger issues just don't go away unless you do something to treat those anger issues. And I think just Anthony was just trying to be able to find any little thing to take the spotlight off him. That's why he was trying to get a hold of Sharae's phone, and when he couldn't get a hold of her phone, he didn't know how to cope and handle that. And I feel like even if Sharae wasn't messaging any other guys like he was messaging girls, he would have found some way to spin the narrative. Like he would have found like a happy Thanksgiving text to one of her cousins and be like, oh, you're texting other guys. Plus, she needs to realize if he's already biting you the first time you guys get in an actual fight in the free world, then I can't even imagine how much it's going to escalate later down the road. So after he bit her in the back, she was screaming, and thank God Sharae's son wasn't home at the time to see all this go down. Here's another message from the baby mama where she said, he beat me one time and choked me till I was unconscious with our newborn son in my arms. And then he is such a hothead, he ended up getting in a fight with her in the hospital room after she gave birth, and he ended up leaving and didn't even sign the birth certificate. So the police ended up showing up, and Sharae decided not to press charges because she didn't want to be the one to send Anthony back to prison. And Sharae said she can't have this type of behavior around her or her son. She's not going to tolerate it. So she packed his bag. She made his mama come pick him up, and when the mom came over, she made sure she got back the key from the mom and Anthony, which I'm glad she was able to do that because I would live with constant fear that Anthony would be showing back up at any time if he still had access to my house like that. So Anthony's mom shows up and she's just in disbelief. She doesn't know what to say at first. And Sharae's disappointed that Anthony tried to lie to her like it was one of his friends he was texting. But come on, you don't ask your friends to go out on dates with you. And that's just a way you should not be talking to anybody else besides your girlfriend. So Anthony's mom was like, you know what? I think you made the best decision. There's so many girls out here who'll put up with men who put hands on them just to have a boyfriend. And she said, you know, you gotta do what's best for you, and he needs to grow up and stop thinking with his other head, and he needs some integrity and morals and respect for himself. Which I think that was some good advice. And if you want to be a little hoe, be single, but don't try to reap all the benefits of being in a relationship with someone while you're still out here talking to other girls. Then you try to bite your girl when she gets upset about it. Just like the mom said, Anthony needs to learn to take some accountability and stop deflecting. So at this time, Anthony is still currently in custody for his cocaine possession charge. So after this whole incident went down with Sharae and Sharae broke up for a little bit, He ended up going to jail on Halloween. He was arrested for possession of cocaine. And I looked up and it said he's still currently in custody and he has no bond right now. And I know he's on probation until 2028. So I know this possession charge is for sure a violation. And when I called the jail, they said he had no bond at this time. So it sounds like they're either holding him until his next court date or until whatever prison he's going to comes and picks him up. So Anthony's mom signed him up for anger management and she's going to force him to take the class, which that honestly is what he needs, but we'll have to see if Anthony actually shows up for the classes. It's hard to see me seeing Anthony actually follow through with something like that unless it's court ordered, but if he's serious about fixing himself and fixing his relationship with Sharae, then he would do that and get some counseling. So Sharae is still wearing her ring, and she said she's holding on to hope that Anthony is going to change and she's hoping they can get back together in the future. So with him being in jail, I was hoping that maybe Sharae would wake up and have kicked him to the curb by now, since he did that incident and then gets busted with coke not long afterwards. But Sharae, when I looked at her Instagram, it still sounds like she's sticking by her man because she's still defending him left and right. So I was looking on her Instagram today and someone asked her, isn't he in jail? She said he is. And then she went on her stories and this is what she had to say. She said, y'all sit back and you watch our lives on TV like you've never fought with your spouse. And tonight, fighting shouldn't have happened, but it did. And I was open enough to share with the world to let y'all know that this TV-ish is only real when you allow the ish to be real. Not once did I say he beat my butt, he punched me in the face, he dragged me. Not once did I say I was scared for life. He bit me to get my phone and car keys that he bought out of my hand. And I wasn't having it. At that point, I said, nope, this can't continue. I don't feel sorry for myself, so I don't want anyone else to feel sorry for me. Ish happens, and you have to learn from your mistakes. Our parents, aunties, and uncles been through worse, and 30 years later, they remain one. Y'all forgot, I've known Anthony since I was 14. I didn't meet him in the prison like some of the other cast members. That's family no matter what. Who doesn't like a comeback story? And then somebody asked her in her stories, when she said, who's your favorite couple in this season? They said, you and Anthony need an update. She said, thank you, babe. Hopefully you all will see us on Life After. And I know she's not coming back for this season because they've already announced the full cast. Maybe she's trying to get on a future season. But then someone was calling her out when she was saying that Anthony didn't put hands on her. And she said, Anthony did not attack me. Let's not make him out to be a monster. Yes, I let the world in on my life. And yes, I mentioned that he bit me. But I'm no saint. We not perfect, and yes, we had a fight. That's why God sat us both down real quick and opened our eyes. People put up this fake storyline like their life is perfect, and behind closed doors, they hate each other. Yes, I was hurt, but I'm not bitter. We have parents, aunts, and uncles who've been through worse, and my goal is to focus on me and let God change his ways and help him adapt back into society. Instead of dogging him, we should be praying for him. And then someone said the words of somebody who's been put hands on, a woman who can't let go, ABUSED. I can't say that word on YouTube for some reason. And then she responded to someone else. She said, let's be very clear when we use the word, that starts with the A when someone puts their hands on you, because I never said he put hands on me. I've never had hands put on me before, and that wasn't that. Women will come up here and talk ish like they never got into a situation with their spouse, and I'll let go when God tells me it's time. I'm not crying wolf or have yet to play victim. And someone said, so we classify that by levels? That's crazy. Plus, she has to remember this is the first time that they got into a big fight, from what Sharae said. And the first time they get in a fight like this, he's already trying to bite her. Well, he did. He didn't try. And so I think that says a lot. And she's trying to compare it to other situations to try to make it not sound as bad. Someone else asked her, please tell me y'all still together. Y'all my favorite on the show. She said, stay tuned to find out. And she just keeps throwing around the world loyalty. I'm not going to give up on him yet because I believe in him. And she's letting that loyalty blind her. He's not your son. He's your boyfriend. And he has proven that he's not ready to be in a serious relationship right now. And he's not ready to change his ways. And she's going to stunt her own growth waiting around for somebody who is not ready to grow with her at this time. Even if that's not enough to wake her up, at least think of her son And right now, she does not need her son to be in an environment like that. And he's going to do that to her. What's he going to do to her son when he gets upset? Anthony has a lot of proving to do before she should even waste any time considering that. But I think she's probably waiting to see if he's going to go back or not first before she makes a full-on decision. That's why she's saying stay tuned. But that's it for this video, guys. Let me know what you guys think about all this in the comments below. Check out my lashes and cosmetics at AccordingtoAmber.com. You can get some lashes as low as $2, some lip gloss as low as $4, lash glue as low as $3 at my biggest sales of the year. So make sure you check that out. They'll be going on until Monday. It's the best time of the year to stock up for yourself, your loved ones, for gifts, or even for your own small business. So check that out if you're interested at AccordingtoAmber.com. Give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, and thank you so much for watching.